Today's show is brought to you by Bombfell. For $25 off your first purchase, visit bombfell.com/CAGCast and use promo code CAGCast at checkout. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 511. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we are joined by a man who has the hottest tips for pre-ordering the SNES Classic. Just message him on Twitter anytime. Wombat.
No, I think you got that confused. I have a hot tip. But nothing about the SNES.
I don't even want to think about what that might mean.
You don't want to talk
Save
about
the penis
hot
jokes
tip?
for the ads.
Right.
That's true. They have a certain spot, like my penis.
Stop it. Oh. Can we start over?
Nope.
Hi,
On the
Shipwreck.
SNES
Jump in.
pre-orders, yes. I'd like to start over on those.
Yeah, right. I think talking about my penis is a lot easier to swallow than pre-ordering in the Super Nintendo.
I don't know about that.
I'm sorry, everybody. No, I'm not.
I wish that I didn't have to think about either of those things. I'm sure most people do. Most people have that in common with me.
Can we just go right into the Super Nintendo stuff? Just to
Sure.
begin with? I mean, that's the hot topic.
Sure.
Yes,
Can you
That's
pre-order
what's
the Hot
happening.
Topic? Do they have them there?
No.
they have the special Hot Topic edition. It's black with spikes on it.
Great. You have to buy 30 t-shirts. It's a 30 t-shirt bundle
Mm-hmm.
A dildo bundle.
for $600.
No, that's Spencer Gibbs.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're
sorry.
getting
got
things confused, Chippy.
I don't go to the mall that much.
Only twice a week.
Yeah, so I didn't get any of these things. Were you able to pre-order any?
No.
Nope. I wasn't really paying much attention. So
I'm
you
sleeping.
weren't like 1 a.m. in the morning. You weren't paying attention.
no, I think didn't the Target ones go up though in the middle of the day or something?
They did. So the first ones that went up were the Best Buy ones that went up at 1 a.m. On Tuesday morning Eastern time. I went to bed like at 12:45, so I missed this window by 15 minutes.
Ooh.
But there was no like real warning or anything that this was going to be the Tuesday that it all went down. But so Best Buy went at 1, then Amazon went at like 4 a.m., but not to the page that everybody had bookmarked. They had some weird other page they were selling them on, some new kind of weird looking page. And then throughout the day, Target was up for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, I think. Maybe less than that, actually. Maybe 10. I think I tried like 10 minutes in and they were all gone. Walmart was up for like less than a minute. And GameStop, their site went down.
GameStop was the best. GameStop was the absolute best.
Right. Their site went down, and then they redirected you to ThinkGeek, where you could buy your $150 to $300 bundles of non-related merchandise to go with your Super Nintendo Classic.
I think a Tetris lamp is very much related to the Super Nintendo.
There is no Tetris on that, I don't think.
I know, that was a joke.
But yeah, so Nintendo really ironed this shit show out from the first time around. Plenty to go around for everybody.
Why don't they just make more? What's the problem?
They don't want to make more.
Why not? Because we discussed this before.
Is just, it's so ridiculously constrained.
They didn't want to make these. Making these in the first place was a mistake that they made too late.
No, they made it twice. They made this mistake twice, though, now. And they're going to go a third time.
There's no. Well, they definitely started. They started. We talked about this.
Yeah. But that's not a mistake anymore. Like, it looks like they're going to do it for the N64 as well. This is a continued trend here now. Like, this is going to be.
You really think there's going to be a Nintendo 64 one? Has that been like?
Yeah. There's been plenty of rumors out there so far.
I hate Nintendo.
But the frustrating thing about this one is too, they're putting a new game on there. Like, This is the only way to buy that game from Nintendo.
Well, right. But you can still steal it off the internet.
Sure. I'm not thinking of the stealing route. The stealing route is the easy route. Like, that's
right.
That's
well, can you play all these on that thing on that Dreamcade?
Yes.
Sure.
There's
no
you don't even need
to own this. I mean, I own all these games already. But I was willing to plunk down $80 for it if I could. And I still think I'm still of the opinion that at least one of these will find its way into my house one way or the other. Anyways, it's not like I'm really concerned that I'm gonna not get one. I think I have good internet friends that I could get some that way. Also, I'm pretty fortunate on finding stuff around here just out of the blue anyways.
I mean, tell yourself that if it makes you feel better, but
it does.
I think it's looking pretty grim.
I'll put it this way. If you can't get one, then no one can get one.
I've already had at least a couple of people reach out to me that they were able to pre-order multiples and may be able to hook me up.
Awesome.
So that I just see that as karma for me hooking up other people with the NES.
Sure. If I stumble across one, I will purchase it for myself. If I don't stumble across one, I will not purchase it. I honestly am fine either way. My life will continue as it has been.
Yeah, I and truthfully, these things have like kind of last a little luster for me, anyways. Just because the second time around, the first time around, it was like a fun game to play. See how many of these things I could get. This time around, today I just happened to take a day off and take my family like to the aquarium and to GameWorks and to the carousel and ride the trolley and do all kinds of like I'm not sitting at my computer or on Twitter all day type of things.
Right. Didn't you know you're supposed to stare at your phone all day today?
Right. Like that's the only people that are getting these are the people that were just sitting at their computer all day.
I was sitting at a computer all day and I missed it all times.
Well, you were diligently working.
I was. I'm a hard worker.
So,
what is this? I put this image on here. If you scroll down a little bit, you see the GameStop image of the Super Nintendo Classic.
Mm-hmm. We're so excited. We're so scared.
What does that mean?
Oh, that's from Saved by the Bell.
Oh.
It's from Saved by the Bell.
But why are they putting it on there?
Because Saved by the Bell was on in the 90s.
They know they're not getting enough.
Is that's a reference to them that they're scared about the demand and the supply? Is that what they're saying?
Maybe. Also, it's a reference to Saved by the Bell.
Are they so excited to sell these in bundles to sell stuff that people don't really want to buy?
I'm thinking that someone at GameStop took too many amphetamines and collapsed into Zach's arms. That's what I'm thinking.
But did she get all the homework done and all the studying done?
It's too much pressure for one girl. She's going to wind up stripping in Las Vegas.
You're talking about the GameStop social media manager?
Yes.
I guess you could have gone into GameStop. I was seeing people saying you could pre-order them in store, but most stores
I saw pictures of lines.
We're getting ridiculously low numbers of quantities, like 7 per store, 12 per store.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. Same shit, different day.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. We all knew that it was going to be the same.
Right. Nintendo said that there was substantially more coming.
That's how you knew that it definitely was going to be the same. If they had just like said nothing at all, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe there'll be a few more of them. To come out and just boldly tell it to us or to us straight out, you know they're lying then.
Is it like when they say using an app and earbuds on your
pretty
smartphone
sweet solution?
Is a pretty sweet solution. That's how you know it's going to be horrible. You just have to translate from Nintendoese.
I love that they like put out videos and stuff though about like we have this rewind feature and everything, like advertising this thing.
Right.
Why bother?
Right.
You don't even need to advertise the thing.
Right. It has sharp edges on it that you may cut yourself on by accidentally. Okay, you're going to sell the exact same amount.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
The Super Nintendo could shoot a man in Times Square and it would still sell out.
Yes. That's how popular it is.
That's how popular it is. Yes.
Like earthquakes in Japan.
Yes. I've been following my friends on Twitter who live in Japan. They do seem to be quite popular there right now. Every day I see these guys tweeting about earthquakes. All right, let's do some show feedback.
Sure. Alpha Kira has to say, Alpha Kira. Man, Ship, can you stop recommending stuff? My wallet can't take it. I jumped in on the Dreamcade Replay Kickstarter, and now I have to buy the new Sonic game, if you say so. In all honesty, I appreciate all the recommendations from you. Keep up the great work. So, good job, Shipwreck, for being a positive influence on the marketplace.
Great. I recommend going out and getting a Super Nintendo Classic.
Good luck.
I don't.
That Sonic game is I'm still playing through that. That's still really good. It's
excellent.
I played some more.
I didn't know you played it at all.
I bought it.
Yeah, I didn't know you got it. You got it?
I bought it.
It's good, right?
It's like a remaster of the old games.
But it's more than that, though. Like,
well, I haven't gotten that far.
Okay,
but it seems good.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
You know,
I'll get it eventually. I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so I'm not buying any games today.
Right.
I wonder how the Sonic Forces team feels about it.
They didn't work on it at all, right?
No, I don't think so. I think those are two separate teams.
Team Sonic? Is that still a thing?
I think so, because I don't know why it wouldn't be a thing.
I don't know. You would know these things better than I would. I trust you as the authority. Forever Joe 20 has to say, if you could add any character to Injustice 2, who would you add, and what costumes to go with them? Also, Wombat, did you buy any of the DLC for Just Cause 3 when it went on sale, after the game went free for PS Plus? Character I would add to Injustice 2, and he's really hot right now, is Mr. Miracle. I would like to see Mr. Miracle. I think he would fit in well, and he would look really cool with all the colors and stuff.
Never even heard of him.
Mr. Miracle? Shipwreck would like Mr. Miracle because the guy who's writing it is the guy who wrote The Vision last year.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing Mr. Miracle, and he's also doing Batman now, but I wouldn't ask you to read that.
No. I knew that. He jumped onto Batman after Vision. That's
what happens. When you have a hit comic book, you write Batman.
Right.
Let's see. Well, I did not buy the DLC for Just Cause 3, only because there's plenty of game in that game. I am still playing Just Cause 3. I played a decent amount over the weekend. Not a ton, but because it was a busy weekend. But when I played games, I played Just Cause 3. I like blowing stuff up. That game is weirdly relaxing. So it's like, oh yeah, look at that. There's a satellite station over there. There's a nuclear power plant. I need to blow everything up in it. And then you just walk around and blow everything up. And it's satisfying.
It has good explosions, I remember.
Yeah, it does. Exactly. That's really what it's all about. It's making stuff blow up, shooting a guy with a tether and pulling him into a thing that's about to blow up, and watching him blow up when the thing blows up.
Right. Do I get to answer the Injustice 2 question?
Sure. Who would you add to Injustice 2? No.
I've said it a few times already, but I might as well say it again. Booster Gold.
Yes, Booster Gold would be a fine
with his little robot Skeet.
Skeets.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be cool.
Be funny.
You hit the B button and Skeets just says something.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
And I would add Dino Mutt.
I would be down with not Blue Falcon.
No, Dino Mutt. I want Dino Mutt.
I would say Blue Falcon with Dino Mutt. Maybe like together. Like Atrocitus has that cat floating with him the whole game. You could definitely do that with Dynamite and Blue Falcon. I feel like they need to go together. Which I would be more than okay with.
Blue Falcon didn't have his own dog, or that was Dynamite?
That was Dynamite.
That was Dynamite, yeah.
Okay.
They were a team. Okay, BF. Dynamite.
Right.
Anyway. That's where we're at with that.
Dynamite. Yeah, I used to watch that show, so I just couldn't remember if he was. I didn't realize he was on the same show as. I mean, I knew he was on like the same show, but I didn't know they were doing the same action. But
yeah, they were
separate
together.
shows.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamite was doing stuff on his own quite a bit.
He's busy. He's in demand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it for the show feedback, I guess.
That's it for the show. Stay tuned next week.
Dynamite. How about some Watch This Bitches?
Sure. Am I the only one here that finished The Defenders?
Yes.
How much of it did you watch?
Maybe 4 episodes. 5.
Okay, so halfway.
Maybe 5. I'm not sure. It's not that exciting so far.
There's only 8, so
yeah.
You might as well finish it up.
Well, we will. It's
okay.
It's I don't know. I'm not super blown away by it, but
it's not super blowing away in general.
Just blows.
It's not. It just blows. It doesn't blow. It's not terrible. It's just yeah. It's okay. It's fine. That's all.
You're really selling this. It's okay.
I know.
It's fine. It's only 8 episodes.
I wanted it to be much better. It's a little bit of a letdown.
Everybody does.
I know. When the characters, when the 4 defenders interact with each other, it's enjoyable. I think the actors, the Iron Fist actor is not the best, but the other 3 actors are good enough where they can play off each other well and make it and have it be interesting to watch. The villains are a big letdown because they're just there. They never seem as threatening as I think they're supposed to seem.
Well, it's Sigourney Weaver, and an old Chinese lady.
Yeah, and the thing is, the old Chinese lady has been there since the beginning, and now it's like, and you think she's this, big, powerful thing, and then it's like, well, she's not the big, powerful thing. And it's like, I guess. I don't know. It's muddled. They spend way too much time sometimes on certain scenes. My wife, who was not watching this with me, was in the room when I was watching an episode. And the bad guys were just in a room talking for what I think may have been 15 minutes. Just them sitting around a table talking. And my wife looks up and she goes, "Why are they still talking?" And I said, "I do not know."
How come people are not being punched?
Yeah, and why is it? And it's characters that I honestly, of the 5 people in the room, I knew 2 names of the 5 people, and I didn't care to learn the other 3 people's names, and they just kept talking. And I'm like, I get it. You're the bad guys. All you have to do is this is a 30-second scene. You sit in a room, you just reiterate where the bad guys, and then you cut to the good guys, and then someone gets punched.
Punching.
And they couldn't make that work. Everything that the Netflix Marvel shows really has sort of gone downhill since the first season of Daredevil.
Well, you can't make too much of a good thing.
Make the movies. These characters don't deserve more screen time than the characters that are in the movies.
That's true, and that's just it. Is at the end, you're right, because these characters get significantly more screen time. And I liked the Luke Cage series a lot. The Jessica Jones series I liked a lot. But it did suffer from those same problems where it's just too long. There's just too much filler, not enough killer. But
it's a little bit of problem in just that you can watch them all at once, right? Like if they were coming out on a weekly basis and it felt like, okay, they're producing these every week and maybe something will change. Like a traditional TV show type of thing.
And I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. benefits from that. Because I know I'm in the minority, but I think that's an excellent TV show. I think last season was really entertaining television. And I don't know if I had it all to binge watch at once if I would have felt the same way.
I think just having, like, knowing that there's a finite number of episodes, like, in a series, like, that's what it's going to be. That essentially tells me it's a movie, just a really long, drawn-out movie.
And that's sort of the problem with it, is that it doesn't need, excuse me, it doesn't need to be, though. It could be, and I've talked about this before, it could be, 2 movies, or an 8-episode thing really is 4 movies. And they should have finite caps. Maybe you have a cliffhanger at the end of that first movie to bring you into the second movie, or maybe you don't. Maybe you cut to 3 months later in between episode 2 and episode 3. It doesn't have to be one 8-episode story arc if you can't make it fit. And they can't make it fit. Like, they haven't been able to make it fit. And there hasn't been a good bad guy on those shows. Well, Jessica Jones is bad guy. Purple Man was really good.
Yeah, he was pretty creepy.
Yeah, he was excellent. And Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin was also excellent.
Yep.
And if you don't have a bad guy of that caliber, even with Sigourney Weaver playing the villain, there was nothing to it.
She doesn't do much, at least in the parts that I've seen. She just sort of sits around and...
Yeah. Except for there's one scene where she fights, and it's so obviously a stunt double, it's laughable. It's like something out of a Mystery Science Theater movie.
Right. I saw one where she, like, flipped somebody. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It was very quick.
Oh, so it was...
Yeah.
It was bananas.
Yeah. I laughed during that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do quick CAG shopping news. We talked about the SNES Classics. Amazon sold Echo Dots for free. I guess
I got one.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I got mine for -$5, actually. They paid me $5.
Because they
after it arrived at my house the next day, they sent me an email saying that they were sorry that they had to cancel my order, and they're giving me a $5 credit.
Ba-bam. They paid you to take a Echo Dot.
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
It's good. I'm very pleased with it. I had 2 of the Echoes already, but this does pretty much everything that does, and the speaker's not bad on it.
You can put those in your car and then run it all from your car. You tether it to your phone,
and
then you can have Alexa in your car.
Okay.
You Bluetooth to your car's stereo speakers.
Right.
And now you can do Spotify and stuff.
Wouldn't I just do that on my phone?
Yeah, I do that now through my phone.
But no, but you can do it hands-free, totally hands-free while you're driving.
Oh, I see. I could say, device play such and such.
Yeah.
I could say play Elton John.
I can well, I mean, with the Apple Watch, I can kind of already...
It sucks. That works like, what, 60% of the time?
I'm not talking to my car very much. So.
My car has...
That's because nobody's listening.
I have the sync controls in my car. It works pretty well for the most part.
Does it?
Yeah. I just got my car back from the shop yesterday.
You're a Ford fanboy.
I am a Ford fanboy, even if they did have to replace my clutch.
So what's going on?
So At Gaming Dad writes in and he asks, do you guys think that the Prime Day snafu and recent Echo Dot giveaways are actual mistakes or a marketing ploy to amp up on social media? Are they that incompetent that they give away dots and then credit people money by accident? Or is this some broader plan?
I think there was a promo that was being applied, and it looked like it was meant to be something with Audible, like signing up for Audible or something, but there was no mention of that anywhere. It was just like if you added the dot to your cart, it automatically applied it, and you just checked out. So I think it was just a screw up. Because I don't understand how, if it wasn't just a screw up, why did they credit me $5 to double down on the screw up?
Right.
But I think they'll be okay, though. I think Amazon's going to...
I think so. It's the largest company in the world now? Was that where we're at with that now?
Well, plus, all those people that got those Echo Dots are likely to continue buying stuff from Amazon anyways.
Right. Through their Echo Dot. New releases. How about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. What came out this week? Oh, the Uncharted, The Lost Legacy came out. I have that waiting to be picked up at Best Buy.
Oh, that actually came out?
It's out.
It's out.
Wow.
$40.
And is that like a full-on game? I see it's only $39.99.
Yep.
Cool.
It comes
Have you
with
been playing it, Cheapy?
No, I didn't buy it.
Really? I thought you'd be all over it.
I'm going to buy it. I mean, I just finished 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of, I played a lot of it recently. So I figured it might not be the best timing for me to start Lost Legacy now. It looks really good. I thought it looked like amazing at E3, but I don't know. I'm not in the mood to play that sort of again right now.
Getting good reviews.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's an open world, I think, right?
Well, I don't know. From what we saw at E3, it looked very much like Uncharted.
Right. I think it's an open world.
I really didn't do any research on this. I just saw that it was people crawling around and shooting stuff, and it looked good.
That's all the research you need to do, I think.
Right. I was like, yep, going to buy that for $32. Can you guys please throw in a digital copy of Jak and Daxter while you're at it?
Right. I meant to order it last night, and
is that like a remaster of Jak and Daxter? What is that?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think it's just Jak and Daxter.
I'll take your word for it.
I don't think it's remastered. I think it's just hey, here's a fun little throw-in game.
I barely remember that game.
Jak and Daxter, there were Easter eggs everywhere, like little orbs, look like Easter eggs. You collected them all, and you wasted a lot of time because you lost one in the snow and you never found it. And you collected every other egg but that one. That's what I remember about Jak and Daxter.
I'm trying to, one of them is like a ferret. Is that what it is?
He's a, oh gosh, what is he?
I don't know, a ferret.
Lombax or something?
No, that is Ratchet. Ratchet is a
That's
Lombax.
Ratchet. What is Jak? Or what is Daxter? Daxter. Jack's like an elf guy. Daxter's like a little weasel looking thing.
It is a remaster, though.
Is it?
It says it's in, it looks like it's widescreen.
It is,
and
he's an Ottsel.
That's what it is.
He's a hybrid of the otter and the weasel, and the name is a portmanteau of the two terms.
Ooh. Wow, portmanteau?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
So, I don't know. $32. I didn't
Sure,
realize
yeah.
it was
I should have done it. I just forgot.
It's probably
too late now.
I know.
Is it?
SOL.
To get the Jak and Daxter, I think.
Is it?
I think so. But when I checked, it was.
Yeah, so I have to go pick that up tomorrow from Best Buy. We had to record early this week, or else I would have talked about it.
It's all my fault.
Mm-hmm. I have been playing some of The Escapist 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how is that? Sabrina really likes The Escapists.
Oh, really? I was sent a code over. I had not really played any of The Escapist, I don't think. Maybe
I have not played much, but I've watched my daughter play too much of it.
Okay. Maybe you can help me with some strategy then. Because Mrs. Shipwreck and I were playing. It's got split screen co-op.
Okay.
So that's why I was kind of interested in it. And the premise is you're a prisoner and you are escaping from prison, and you have to go about your day-to-day activities in there. It's a overhead 16-bit style graphics, and you can just go about your day-to-day going in and doing favors for other prisoners. You have to hit the daily routines of like going to breakfast and roll call and doing your exercise and all the schedule that you have to hit. And then other than that, you're basically getting items in there and buying items from people to create tools and weapons to break out of the jail. And I feel like I'm playing it completely wrong. I think I can force my way through it. I think that's the
right way to play. Is
okay,
to just force your way through it.
I'm almost out of the first. I beat the tutorial because they just walk you through that. But I'm almost out of the first prison now. But I've been caught and sent to solitary probably 4 or 5 times because all I'm doing is building some like hedge clippers and then running to the fence that surrounds the jail and cutting away until they shoot me enough times that the medics come and get me and take me away. But then the amount that I've cut away at the fence stays there. They don't fix that.
That's a problem.
So
that's a problem with these privately owned jails.
Right. But it's very cute, and I can see how the first game was successful, and I can see how this one would have a following as well. Because you can play online and have a whole bunch of like people in the same prison and everything.
Oh, nice.
So it's cute. Is that so that's literally how I'm supposed to be playing it?
Yeah, I don't think there's like a right way or a wrong way as much as there is a just get out of the jail however way you can.
Yep.
Figure it out. If that doesn't work, then I don't know. Disguise yourself as a guard and walk out of the jail.
I have not gotten that far. I am literally just making these scissors and walking outside.
It's like it's not quite Hitman, but it's that kind of theory.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, it seems cool. There's you can tell that maybe somebody who wants to put a little more thought into escaping from prison other than just cutting through a fence.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's fun. I'm just terrible at it. Also out this week, we have Duck Game came out for PlayStation 4.
I have that. I haven't played it.
Right. I got a code for that right before this.
Yeah. Just a little too late.
I got to play some with Ty.
Oh, great.
Oh, how is it?
It's pretty fun. It's it's one of these pixel graphic 4-player deathmatch type games, local deathmatch type games. A lot of different weapons. Everybody's a duck. It's fun. You go from weapon to weapon, basically. You pick them up off the ground and shoot each other. I don't know. It's fun.
Cool.
Yep. We only got to play like 10 minutes because had to record this show, but Ty, let's put it this way. Ty did not want to go to bed. He wanted to play more Duck Game.
We'll probably talk about it again next week when all 3 of us have played it then.
Yeah, and the schedule's a little bit more back to normal.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Let's see. Zero Time Dilemma, I guess, came out for PlayStation 4. Those are fun little graphic novel puzzle games. I don't know. Some Jackbox party packs came to the Switch. Nice.
And we had a lot of fun playing Drawful at GB's house.
It is fun. I like
Lots of laughs were had.
I like those games.
It was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
Yeah. Playing Drawful when you with people who know how to play it is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I won one round.
You did. I won a round too.
Braggart.
I am. I'm the Drawful champion. I am the king of Drawful.
I must have not won because I don't remember.
You were terrible. Came in last every round.
Right. Something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? It seems like there's more, but Madden comes out later this week. But I don't know.
I think that's it.
All right, then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's time for our new sponsor, Wombat.
I know it's an exciting sponsor.
I'm excited to learn about it because it is new and I don't know about it.
It is new. It is Bombfell, bombfell.com, BOMBFELL.com. And Bombfell is a better way for men to get better clothes. And it's actually really cool. You fill out a simple questionnaire, and then you're matched 1-to-1 with a dedicated personal stylist. It costs nothing to sign up, and you only pay for the clothes you keep. There's free shipping and free returns. And basically, you try everything on at home. And if you don't like it, it's really easy to send things back if you don't like it. You get it, you go to the website, you create an account, and you fill out the questionnaire. And when you fill out the questionnaire, you answer a lot of basic questions and also some important questions.
Like what? Give me an example of some of the questions.
I was going to say, well, they ask you things like obviously, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? What are your sizes? The basics,
right.
The important things. And then they ask you questions like, are you more of a casual person? Are you more of a dress up person? Are you looking for, do you prefer more clothes for work? Do you prefer clothes for after work? Do you prefer clothes for the weekend? How do you see yourself kind of questions?
Right.
And when you answer it, you get an email back from a real human being with their suggestions. And you have 48 hours from that email with your suggestions to say that looks great, and they send it to you to try on. Or, and this is actually what I did when I got my first email. They sent me the email, and there was a pair of and I remember this, and it was a little while back at this
hot
point.
pants.
It was blue chinos, and I don't really wear pants. I'm not a pants guy.
I love pants.
Yeah.
What are you wearing that aren't pants?
Well, I'm more of a jeans guy.
I think jeans are pants.
Well, they're pants, but like slacks. It was a pair of blue slacks. And I'm like, and I said, I'm like, you know what? That's not really me. And they also wanted to send me a brown belt. And, I'm not really a brown belt kind of guy. I'm more of a black belt kind of guy. And I said, I'm,
So you sent them things in your wardrobe, and they sent them back to you. They said, fine.
I made my suggestions. I said, you know what, this isn't really something I would wear, and if you have this in this color, that would be great. And they emailed me back, fairly quickly with the new recommendations, and it was a pair of jeans and a nice polo shirt and this really cool belt and some socks. It was a black belt. It was a black belt. It was the exact same belt, but in black. So you then get the box in the mail, and you try everything on. You look in the mirror, you see how it feels, and if you want to keep it, you keep it, and they have your card on file, and they just charge you for the things you keep. And what you don't want, you just return, and you don't get charged for those items.
Nice.
It's very cool. It's very easy. The jeans that they sent me are easily the nicest and most comfortable pair of jeans I've ever owned in all 40 years of my entire life.
Wow.
I love those jeans. They're my favorite pair of jeans, and they're worth every penny. Like, they are amazing. And as soon as I put them on, I'm telling my wife, I'm like, feel these jeans. Just feel them. Feel what they feel like.
So
it's like wearing nothing at all.
Are they name brand jeans then?
They are name brand jeans. Okay. Yes. They're name brand jeans. Most things are name brand. It's not like weird, but it's all nice. It's nicer than you're going to find at most retail stores. And it's really cool. Fancy. And, it's completely flexible. You can receive clothes once a month, every 2 months, every 3 months. You could pause and cancel it every time. This is not a club thing. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. There's no plans. It's just what you want to do when you want to do it. And I totally recommend it. It's bombfell.com/CAGCast, BOMBFELL.com/CAGCast. Just use coupon code CAGCast. It's a really interesting and fun experience to have your own personal shopper.
And maybe if you're just lonely, you have somebody to talk to that way.
Which is pretty much the story of my life.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
You know what else is awesome?
What? Womfells?
Wombat's Overwatch Onslaught and news and stuff. So Gamescom is going on right now. That's the big news of the day. Microsoft announced Xbox One. They declared the Xbox One X pre-orders to be open. And you could order them. They announced the Project Scorpio limited edition, which they said were going to be in extremely limited quantities. But are they still available right now? Like, can you order one on?
I don't think so. I think all those sold out.
Really? Because I checked later in the day yesterday, and it was still available. I ordered one or two, one to give away and one to probably keep.
So is it easier to get that than it was to get the Super Nintendo?
I was in the right place at the right time, at least with that one. Which
yes,
matters.
It was.
Yeah, it is sold out. It seems on Best Buy at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They tried to, at Gamescom, Microsoft tried to explain why you would want to buy one of these Xbox One X's.
Feels like they've been trying to explain that for a while.
Yeah, I mean but since there's no real
games.
there's nothing. I mean, there are games like 100. It sounds like there's gonna be like 100 games that support it.
Sure, but that doesn't. The problem is when you say that there's 100 games to support it. We've been burned many times in the past by all these other incremental upgrades that say yes, these games support it, and then
they stop supporting it immediately.
Even those games, they don't support it all to the same level. Like maybe in this game, the frame rate is a little better. Maybe over here you get slightly higher resolution. Like it's not a space that's that thrilling to want to spend $500 on. I understand that there's a market for it, and that market is excited for it, and I'm happy for those people. It just seems like if they're not grabbing me in the slightest, that market is probably pretty small.
Yeah, I think that Microsoft knows that, and that's why they didn't make too many of these.
Well, but they're still available, just not that Scorpion edition or Scorpio.
Oh, the other ones are still available?
Yeah.
Oh.
At least that's my understanding.
1X, let's see. Oh, okay. That's no.
Did you get a Microsoft one?
What do you mean a Microsoft one?
The Minecraft one? Sorry.
No, the Minecraft one.
That's the one S.
My brain was thinking one thing and my mouth said something else.
No, that's for the 1S.
Unfortunately. I thought that was...
No, that's not an X thing. That's an S thing.
It's not an X?
Not confusing in the least.
No, see, I was confused.
I was psyched because I really liked the look of the Minecraft one.
Yeah.
But then I discovered that it's a $400 Xbox One S. So
I don't even have a reason to upgrade to the S. Now, if like one of my Xboxes died, then I have to make a decision between the X and the S.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't know. There's not a real compelling reason to upgrade. And I'm not sure that people that are coming in new to Xbox are looking for a $500 Xbox at this point.
Right. No, they're not.
Think anyone. Yeah. This is for people that are upgrading. This is not for people that are new to the system. Although, you know what? I could see someone who only had a PS4 at this point and was interested in playing, someone who was interested in playing some things they weren't able to play.
What about Battlegrounds?
On PlayStation 4? Yeah. For Battlegrounds or something else. I don't know, a Halo thing. And they're like, you know what? I've been waiting for them to come out with their ultimate system, and here it is. So now I'm going to buy it. It's possible. I'm not saying there's a lot of those people, but those people probably exist.
If I'm Microsoft, I would send a few dudes over to the Battlegrounds place and help them get that thing looking really tight in 4K.
They did. That's exactly what they're doing.
Because that's your big game right there.
They announced that at Gamescom.
Okay, good.
Microsoft is publishing it for the Xbox version,
But that's not,
and
that's
they're
not a
working
game-
with them to.
It's not a
Make
what?
It's not a game that the graphics really matter, though.
But it looks. When it looks good, it looks really good. I have it running on Ultra at 1440p, and it looks like a really good game.
It looks
I know it
fine.
doesn't-
I played it at your house.
Right? You didn't think it looked good?
It looked like a video game to me.
Well, what does that mean? That's like-
I didn't notice that I was playing with 4K and whatever frame rate we were playing at. in Ultra.
1440p, not 4K.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice that I was playing at 1440p. That's what that means, is that my eyeballs are not differentiating enough between this
all right.
stuff.
I get it. But at least you have something to work with. You say, hey, here's a game.
The problem is Sony's games graphically look better than Microsoft's games. Just the art style and the amount of detail that they put into their stuff. And that's just
true.
where they're at in this generation, is just, you look at like an Uncharted and there's nothing that looks that good.
Right.
Like
Uncharted
art
is
style
crazy.
wise.
Uncharted is crazy.
Or Horizon.
Right.
And it's not like I'm talking about just standard PS4 versus Xbox One, where it's a fairly even playing field at that point. They just have an advantage. And I don't think that this changes that advantage at all, because Sony's studios aren't going to be making games for this thing.
Right. Yeah. I think it's just, at $500, this is really only for a select few. And eventually it'll get cheaper. And they'll keep inching up the ladder, I guess, with these incremental upgrades. And just update the operating system. I mean, it makes sense. Like, why have to come up with a new operating system every time you have a new console come out? And everything, they wind up figuring out everything from scratch again. Getting the party
I think it
system
makes sense,
working.
but it makes more sense if you bite the bullet and you make some exclusive games for this thing.
Well, yeah.
That's what makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
I think that'll happen. I just don't think it's going to happen year one.
They should be putting out more Halo games.
I don't disagree with you on that, but I think it should. If they want to sell these things...
Well, that's just it. I don't think they're ready to sell these things.
I'm not ready to buy these things then.
We'll see what happens.
It'd be like PSVR coming out and them not making VR games for it. Not taking advantage of it. It's just a screen that straps to your head and plays all the same PS4 games you already own.
Isn't that what it is?
No. Wow. Battlegrounds has the power.
It's coming to the systems I own right here.
But I was going to say, but it's coming to the systems I own. I don't think the difference is.
What do you mean?
The difference isn't going to be enough for me.
Because you don't need a 1X.
Right,
Right. It's whatever.
That's like this. That's like the tagline for the Xbox One X. You don't need this.
You don't need this whatever.
Right. You don't need this whatever.
Right. It's true.
It's $500 whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It pretty much sums it up.
Right.
That's what I thought while I was ordering one.
I don't need this whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, can I order another one? Because I'll give one away. Or maybe I'll give both away if I decide that I don't want one of them.
Scorpio Edition, this does nothing for me. Whatever.
I was like, I like Scorpio Edition. What's wrong with who doesn't like that?
Tell me everything
Get
that you
over
like
here.
about Scorpio Edition.
I like green letters and scorpions. What's not to like? I wish there was a big scorpion on it.
Is there?
No. I
No,
think
there's
just the
not.
green letters.
It's just green letters on the same black box as everybody else is getting.
Yeah,
right?
no, there's no reason to get the Scorpio.
It's the same
For
price.
sure. I know, that's true.
I know.
Other
but
than it's the same price.
I want mine to say Scorpio on it.
it's the same as the Day One Edition. I've got the stupid controller that says Day One Edition on it.
Right.
I do too. I don't know why, but I do.
Whatever. Anything else for Gamescom? What did Sony announce?
They announced a Gran Turismo flavor of console.
Is it $500?
I don't believe so.
Probably not. Is it liquid cooled? Is it an artisanal console? I thought not.
It's silver.
No. That's nothing like the power of the Xbox One
It's
X.
half silver and half black. And it says it has the GT logo on it.
Nope.
See.
Oh,
Went all out.
yeah. See? Wait till the Pro comes out.
Is this even a Pro?
Probably not. Wombat, there's big Overwatch news today. Did you see it?
Tell me. I can't
Wait, were we
wait to
done
find
talking about
out.
Gamescom? Was that our Gamescom coverage?
I think if something else comes up, we'll talk about it.
All right, so big Overwatch news. Diva has some big changes coming. Now, do you know which one is Diva, Wombat?
That's the one with the robot.
Right. What country is she from?
Robot Land.
No, come on. All the players are from different countries.
She is from in Russia.
No.
Robot, where's you?
No.
I don't know.
You don't even know
Japan,
Iraq.
Korea.
Korea, north or south?
South.
You never know.
You kind of know.
She
That'd be
could
cool, though.
yeah.
That would be a good idea for a
Because
character.
she's in a robot. Maybe the robot has nukes.
How about
North Korea?
How about she's escaped from North Korea, but then she's not really North Korea?
No, then she's
Hmm.
a refugee. And then when she comes out, it would play Tom Petty music. I'm on board.
Oh. Didn't you want to hear about the big changes?
Sure.
So they're making her shield shittier, and they're giving her rockets. And then
About time.
And she can shoot her gun in the air now,
Wait, where could she shoot her gun before?
on the ground. I mean, if she's falling from a platform, she can shoot her gun. But when she was doing her like thrust, her thrust move.
I know her thrust
I-
move.
Hey-oh.
Oh, sure. When he says dick jokes, they're cute and clever.
Exactly.
Anyway, you were saying
So now she can shoot while she's thrusting.
I also can shoot while I'm
Oh, disgusting. And there's also there's more Overwatch news I forgot to put on here. There's a new map coming called
A to B.
Junkertown. It's Junkrat's place. It's like Mad Max, basically.
All right.
Like Australian apocalypse. What else we got here in Wombat's news and stuff?
This Biomutant game got announced, right?
Yes, that did get announced. Looks cute. I think that'll be out next year, though, right?
Yeah, but it looks pretty good to me.
I mean, they haven't shown any gameplay yet, but the idea of an open world RPG where you play as like Rocket Raccoon that turns into lizards, I'm on board.
Yeah, it's from some of the Just Cause guys.
Yep, and I do enjoy Just Cause.
There's pandas flying around with bat wings. This looks pretty insane. It looks good.
It does look insane. No, it looks like it could. This looks like it's either going to be a like an excellent under the radar release that comes out and hopefully blows us all away, or it's going to be a big disappointment. So I'm hoping for A.
The screenshots make it look like it's really far along.
I think it is. I thought it was like I don't know when it's going to come out, but I thought it might be early next year, but I could just be making that up.
These screenshots look like fake news.
You're fake news.
They look really good, right? Like,
Yeah.
Too good.
I don't know. Whatever. We'll see.
They look awfully good. But I look forward to that. I like games like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What else?
I've been playing a couple other games. Songbringer.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What's
coming out
that?
here soon. It's what was it? Swords and Sorcery or whatever that was called. Is that what it was on the iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
got
they have
that,
another game?
No, it's not from them, but it's got that same kind of art style.
Okay.
The pixelated kind. I don't know. They remind me of Intellivision style people.
Oh, I see what they look like. Yep. Mm-hmm.
They're like old Sierra games.
What's that game?
Yeah, like old Sierra games.
What was that game where when you died you came back like a Broforce style?
Yeah,
Almost.
it's got a little bit of that action.
Not a
going on.
hero, maybe.
This is a Zelda style game,
Oh,
like a top
Legend
down.
of
Yeah, Legend of, like old
Zelda. Zelda's the kid in the green with the bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm. That is him.
All right, just check.
So you start off, you go into a cave, you grab a sword, and you get going. You go into dungeons, you fight bosses. It's pretty cool. It's pretty slick. Apparently there's like procedurally generated stuff as well, but each game is self-contained. So like you kind of would have to start a new game or something to get you get a whole new map type of thing. I'm 3 dungeons in, I believe. I think there's 9 in each game, but it's pretty good. I had not heard of it. Apparently I think it was a Kickstarter at some point. So it's coming out for Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation 4.
That's Songbringer?
September. Songbringer. Yeah. I don't know exactly what the title means, but it keeps telling me I need to get back to Songbringer. And I feel like I've missed something where it told me what that was. Or maybe
Right.
not.
Sounds like it could be like a sword or something.
His sword is humming. So maybe.
Maybe.
It's got the bombs. You lay the bombs. He uses his top hat that you find as a boomerang. So it's kind of quirky. I like it. And then I've also been playing, I know Wombat played a little bit of it too, because I saw how bad his scores were at it.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible.
The Metronomicon Slay the Dance Floor edition. This is coming out soon for PS4 at least. That's what we've been playing it on. We got codes for it. Cheapy, did you ever play this on PC at all?
No, I've never even seen this before.
Okay. This is a RPG that you play like a rhythm game to do all the attacks and battles and everything. So arrows are coming down the screen and you swap between your 4 characters and hit the patterns and they do attacks and heals and all that good stuff. Wombat, why are you so bad at this game?
Because I don't have dexterity, apparently. So that, and I only played it really once, but I liked it. It's cute.
Yeah,
it's a cute little rhythm game.
I
that
like
you can
it.
play with a controller.
Something about the arrows, I feel like the graphics need to be a little bit better just with the arrows, which is a really
maybe
weird thing
that's
to say.
what it is. I think that
There's something like very boilerplate about the arrows. Everything else looks nice, and maybe they're just making it that way so it doesn't get too busy. But I don't know, something was off with that. But the rest of it's pretty cool. I guess you can play it multiplayer as well, like different people.
And you can play it with a guitar if you wanted to too.
Yeah, I need to try that because I'm not sure how that works.
Give it a shot. Let me know if it's better or worse.
Will do.
All right, let's move on. All right, Microsoft. I think we talked about all this stuff already.
We talked about all of those things already.
We did. Here's a question for you, Wombat. We'll just breeze by Nintendo here.
Sure.
From Mark G. He asks, why does Wombat always complain He doesn't always complain about Breath of the Wild, but rave about Skyrim. Doesn't he realize they're basically the same game?
Those games couldn't be any different. I actually don't think it's possible for two games to be any different.
Why?
They're not alike at all.
They're both open worlds.
It's about where
One
it
is-
ends.
Yeah,
It's
I
about-
guess.
I have to agree with
that's it.
Wombat here. They're very, very different experiences.
Well, the only thing they have in common is that they're open worlds, and the worlds aren't even similar.
Skyrim holds your hands a lot more.
Yeah, Skyrim does hold your hand a lot more, but it's definitely more tailored to. I think Skyrim, oddly enough, Skyrim is really can be tuned to your style of game, whether you want to play something that is extremely challenging or if you want something that's a little more relaxed and casual.
Yeah.
You can
play
adjust
that
the
without
game.
It's not a skill based game.
It's not. I could set it to, I actually don't like to play it on easy because you don't get cool stuff, but you could set it to easy, you could set it to hard, you could do whatever you want with Skyrim. There's a lot of flexibility there in just playing the game, where Breath of the Wild is very rigid when it comes to that. And I've just found it to be
Rigid.
more frustrating than fun.
Well, it's not as narratively driven as Skyrim is. Not nearly as narratively driven.
Nope.
I mean the NPCs in Skyrim, like it's a fully functioning world. Like certainly, like there's stupid stuff that those people do, but
like when an important NPC is accidentally killed, and then a quest line just ends.
yeah, or like some of this, they're a little bit stiff.
Yeah.
But the NPCs in Zelda just kind of live in their little towns and don't really do much.
All right.
They're both great games. I love both games, but they are not ones that I would compare directly to each other.
Take that, Mark.
Right.
Yeah.
Suck on that, Mark G. We love you, Mark G. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Wombat doesn't, though. CAGBag, a couple questions from the
you're too
CAGBag.
difficult.
At Red Tank 2K6 writes in and says, yesterday was the 10th anniversary of the release of perhaps my favorite game, BioShock. That sounds like a good game, actually.
BioShock's all went out of business around me. They're all T-Mobiles.
BioShock. Have love for the series? Which was your favorite? The first one.
The first one is really good.
You can never go home again.
It's the first one.
It is the first, yeah. That first game was pretty awesome.
The question is, what's your second favorite BioShock game?
There isn't one. But the first one was a unique and powerful experience. How about that? So I'll describe it.
Yeah.
That was like everything about that. The atmosphere, the twist, everything about it.
The combat was unique.
Yeah. I feel like there really hasn't been a game like that in many ways. There hasn't been a game like that in really, I feel like 10 years. A game that, well, in some ways, but like a game that was, for the most part, I know not everybody likes everything, but it was for the most part universally praised. And not just universally praised, but I feel like it was played by everyone when it came out.
It was important.
Like, everyone was playing BioShock, and everyone was talking about it, and everyone was being positive, and everyone was just like blown away, and it was just like this experience, and it felt like a very shared experience, and I feel like there hasn't been a game like that in, I don't know, since Mass Effect 3 when we all hated the ending. Like, I feel like it hasn't happened in a decade, and I feel like that's what's been.
I think
missing.
Zelda was right there with it.
I don't think Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think Zelda had a pretty good impact this year.
It did okay. It was okay, but it wasn't the same as BioShock. As far as sort of like just infiltrating everything. I don't know, Portal maybe?
Yeah, Portal's there because you got the same stupid catchphrases from both of them.
Yeah.
Which were great catchphrases that then just got hammered.
Yeah. I
the
understand
ground.
that. But I don't think that I would not put Breath of the Wild in that category. I'm not saying it's bad.
No,
I
I
don't
was.
like it,
It's the everybody was playing it is the part that I was.
Yeah, but it wasn't as ubiquitous in pop culture as that was at that time. Like it felt like the thing. Like it was
brand new.
It was brand new. It was exciting. It was just something that we were all talking about and like as a collective had a positive experience with. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old.
So you didn't like either one of the other BioShocks?
I never finished BioShock 2.
Okay.
I just couldn't get into it.
That's fine. They changed the combat a lot in that one, and it was
in
a
BioShock
little bit of a chore.
Infinite. BioShock Infinite, I did finish, and I didn't like I didn't like the story in it. I just didn't like it. Hey, that's the best way to put it. We talked about it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was flawed.
I remember the story feeling a little forced, but it was cool. My biggest complaint with that one was that you could tell they told him to put it out. Like, you've been working on this enough, put it out, because that last third of the game is just a sprint to the end.
Yeah, it definitely falls apart at the end.
Yeah, I think that one, if he'd have been working on it in the background like BioShock was done, I think that game would have been a lot better than having it out there for like 5 years or however long that was in development.
Yep. Oh. It was.
What do you think is a game that's been as culturally impactful as BioShock? Let us know in the show thread at cheapestgamer.com.
Yeah, give us more comments. You make Wombat sad when he doesn't have comments to read throughout the day.
You guys all make me want to just cry in my pillow every night.
Exactly. Get on that. All right, I think that's it.
All right.
A lot of shows in a short amount of time, the last 3 episodes.
I know, things will get back to normal starting next week. I'm back on Wednesday. Well, I'm back before then, but my vacation ends on Wednesday.
Sounds good to me. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next week.
Bread's done.
Wait a minute, Doc. What are you talking about? Now, what happens to us in the future? What do we become, assholes or something?
Oh, no. You and Jennifer both turn out fine. It's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids.
Hey, Doc, you better back up. We don't have enough
Pants.
to get up to 88.
Pants.
Where we're going, we don't need
Pants.
Hey, Marty! Marty, I wanted to show you these new matchbooks for my auto detailing I had printed up.
Like the DeLorean?